Hi, I'm Anthony. In today's video, I'm with my coach, Wodge. He's going to be telling me how I can get the maximum number of reps in my up-and-coming competition. Over to you, Wodge.
If you train the specific way for 5 years, that's probably going to be your most efficient way.
Okay.
But there might be some silly mistakes that we might have a chance of addressing.
Okay.
We'll see. It's hard to say. Lovely. That's it. Pretty smooth. If that's the shoulder width you're happy with, that's the one you feel the strongest at, then stick at it, and the weighted will probably be similar. Not much wrong in there. Your legs stayed most of the way together. There was a tiny bit of a gap, but not enough to affect anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, on one of them you pulled like to neck height.
Yeah.
Realistically, you want to make sure that you do get every single rep, but you don't want to be having to pull to like here, because then you're wasting all of this distance for energy.
Okay.
So you want to make sure that we hit just chin on top of the bar, visible enough for the judges to be like, yeah, that's a good rep, etc. The considerations we've got is obviously we're doing tap, right? We do tap for power. So you hang, you get the tap, you get 1, 2, 3, and you can go.
Okay.
At which point is it beneficial to start using the 3 seconds each time?
Yeah.
It's going to depend. For me, I basically anything after like body weight 5 to 10 reps, I start to need the rest. Otherwise, it just falls apart, and I start to compensate and like lose my technique altogether. So I would be taking those quite early on, basically halfway through my set. Some people don't use them at all, and I think that's a waste, because you could still give yourself 1 or extra 2 reps, just like we discussed on the dips, right?
So
if you just go, reset your tension and go, you can still do the same thing, right?
Okay.
But yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with those pull-ups. Okay. Obviously, it's fully locked out arms, fully chin over the bar. Happy days.
One question I was going to have was, you can't when you're hanging. So I demonstrate it. When you're hanging, you can't start by going down and then.
No, yeah. So if you do that again, right? And
sweet. Okay.
Hang with active scaps. So depress your shoulders. That's it. If I give you a tap and then you drop the shoulders and then pull, then that's going to be an invalid rep.
Okay.
Yeah? So it's okay to rest in active, rest in passive, but if you get a tap, you can then go down and then pull up. Yeah. So if you're resting in active, which is if you're going to take your 3 seconds, you're probably better off going into passive.
Yeah.
Get a tap and be like, set the shoulders and then grind the last one. Yeah. Now, if you jump off, and I'll show you something. Obviously, this is a lot of people, like, you'll probably be like, yeah, obviously it makes perfect sense to me. It's not something it's not a news flash to me. It's nothing new. But for people watching, this might be of benefit. If you pull with your scaps down, right, you can relatively pull higher. If you're pulling with your shoulders relaxed, your shoulders are disengaged, and look, I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's substantially harder to get our chin higher, yeah? So if the shoulders are down, the arms move down with them, right?
Yeah.
If the shoulders are up, the arms move up, which means I need to pull higher and get my chin up more. Yeah. Another thing is not just pulling to chin like down and then pushing down on the bar. It's some people like to do that to show how high they can pull and then lock on, really over-exaggerate it.
Yeah.
But it's not really necessary, because you're also doing that extra drive. So we're squishing the juice out of those muscles at that range. So you just want to make sure your chin either stays up or it goes neutral, and then you just pop it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pull, pop it. For the comp, when you're pulling, and you're just an everyday normal training, I try to pull as high as I can, unless I'm specifically going for a set number of reps. Okay. If I'm going, like, I need to work on my explosive pull so I can carry over to muscle up better, etc. My literally pull-ups, and I do grip narrower than you, because that's the same way I do my muscle ups as well, but that's fine. Preference, right? And what you're used to.
Yeah.
I literally try to make my pull-ups go like this.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm gonna lose the ability to pull this high very quickly.
Yeah.
But if I only ever practice this range, that's the only bit I'm gonna develop strength in.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it for so long, it's kind of like detrimental gains.
Yeah.
And what am I gonna do? Either go heavy or do loads more reps, which is a bit of a waste of time. So if I'm doing body weight, I try to pull as high as I can, but not make it a muscle up, right?
Right. Okay.
So I'm pulling high and I'm still making it like a move, like a pull up, and it's beneficial for my training still at my level.
Yeah.
Rather than, you know, where how we train our high pulls for bar muscle up. Because you could just train high pulls for the sake of high pulls, which is kind of what I did earlier, to keep pulling like high explosive pulling strength and be like good at like high range, but developing greater range of pulling basically. Because if you don't practice the set and range, you just won't be strong in it. Yeah, so I guess the difference is between doing a high pull like this, right? Where my legs kind of stay down and stay behind me, and then actually doing a high pull that carries over to a muscle up, which is something like that, where there's way more movement around the bar. So it's just distinguishing those differences. For the comp, we said it before, we said it a couple of times already, we don't want to drastically change what we have been doing. We just want to optimize it a little bit. I don't want you to be wondering, how did Woj want me to do my pull-ups once I'm up there? You know, you just want to be like, right, pull-ups, get in position the way I always do, and then go for it, and then be like, I'm starting to get fatigued. I think I should use my break. You get your tap, and you go one.
Recommend
two,
using the break from the start, or maybe like do 2 or 3 reps first, and then.
Logically, you'd think if you take 3 seconds every time, you'd probably conserve your energy better, but you still have, you know,
you're still hanging from the bar.
You still have like 32 kilos hanging off you. And you're hanging off the bar, so your forearms are working constantly. Your blood is getting drained from your arms. So the challenge is, if you take those 3 seconds every single time, you're gonna spend a whole long time on the bar, which will probably deplete you. And it might like rob you of those last few reps. So I probably wouldn't rest at the very beginning. Only when I know that the reps are starting to get a little bit tricky. If I'm in a position where I've done couple, right, and they are starting to slow down, like I'm going, and I don't know if I go straight away if I'm gonna get that next one. You get a tap and you go 1, 2, 3, and then you can still potentially generate that force, try to get the last rep. And then you go, cool, okay, well, the last one was tap, it was hard, you get the tap, you go 2, and then try to grind that last one out. Hopefully the rests between the disciplines are going to be long enough that if you go really hard on this one and you go really hard on dips, there's enough breaks between them so you don't end up like you can recover some of your strength for muscle ups. And again, 32 kilo pull up and a muscle up is comparably hefty. Both of them are quite hard, right? Like I've got 10 to 15 muscle ups in me in a good day. I most certainly don't have more than 10 32 kilo pull-ups at the moment. So if I try to do all of my pull-ups and really grind them out, my muscle-ups might be slightly depleted, depending on how much rest I've got between the 2 points. Dips, 50 kilos or 48 kilos. I know I can kind of do a volume of 60 reps in a workout and still feel relatively manageable, you know, that feels okay for me. But if I did that and then I go for muscle ups, then all of my tricep that I've just used up is definitely going to put a dent into my muscle ups. But realistically, we'll do more comp next time and we'll be able to plan then how hard you should go on every category before muscle ups. And it also depends on what you care about, right? Like, do you care about, I want to get overall the most possible points as like possible? Then we gotta strategize and optimize to like as much as possible. So we might take a couple of reps of the pull-ups and dips, like just enough, just a couple. Just be like, do you know what? The last one is grindy. I'm just gonna finish on a full rep and then stop. Right. So you conserve your energy for the next ones. But if you go, do you know what? I don't really care about how many muscle ups I get at all, and I'm stronger at my pull and dip. rather than the muscle up itself,
Yeah.
then you would just bust out on them.
Yeah.
But if you wanna go, look, I just got a perfect strict bar muscle up. Let's see how many I can physically get in.
Yeah.
Then we would take more reps of your pull-ups and dips, so you finish fresher, and then you proper blast it on the
Yeah.
muscle ups and give it your all. Yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking at the moment that to do a strict muscle up that actually scores a point and doesn't get a no rep.
Oh, you definitely get some.
I'm thinking like one. I don't think I'll get. I don't want to be negative, but I don't know if I can get two at the moment. So I'm thinking.
Well, didn't you do two not that long ago
yeah,
on one
but
of
there
our
was a
sessions?
slightly bit of movement on the knees, so it's like.
I reckon you're gonna get like definitely more than two.
Do you think?
Definitely more than two. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, a little bit of pressure, a little bit of an audience. You'll surprise yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do a couple of pull-ups again,
Okay.
but we're gonna do them with taps. Okay.
Okay.
So we're not gonna do more than like 6.
Okay.
So you wait for the tap. You don't count.
Okay.
Good job. Well done. I'm just testing you. And now use the pauses. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. Rest up. Yeah. Like if I say 3 and I can see that you're going like right, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
You just begin the pull. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
If you're stalling after I get
Yeah.
counted to 3 and you don't attempt to promptly begin,
Yeah.
then I will be like, that's your set over. Because I don't want to do that, right? I don't want to
Yeah.
do that to any athlete. Because
Yeah.
I want them to be able to do their best.
Yeah.
But if they're going to take too much of a liberty, or
Yeah.
they didn't recover their strength on time
Yeah.
to be able to power after those 3 seconds,
Yeah.
and they're still hanging there being like,
Yeah.
I know it's best intentions, but that will invalidate
No.
the run sadly.
Game over.
Yeah. I don't know if we are getting 2 athletes going at the same time for power or not. I don't think so. I think we're just going to have one at a time. So what I would do in order to kind of make it safe and efficient for me and avoid pinching my fingers and stuff, I'll basically get in position here,
Yeah.
then strap up, put it all in, make sure it's hot, like you're happy with it, make sure it hangs the adequate amount of distance away. This is probably going to be the best placement like that.
Okay.
That does mean that your strap will be twisted a little bit, but you also have something to push against because
Yeah.
it's going to stop you from letting
Swinging
your
your
legs go
legs.
apart. Again, I've said it before, kettlebells is just a silly idea to have for comp, but that's the street workout, World Street Workout and Calisthenics Federation's rules. Again, might be able to do something about it, might not, we'll see. But yeah, and then you hang one leg, the other leg, wait for the taps. Yep, you don't count your reps.
Yeah.
You just wait for the prompt, and remember after the prompt, which is your tap, ideally we try and tap on a belt just so it's not direct contact, you know,
Yeah.
just for the sake of safeguarding. Or can be shoulder, like somewhere where it's evident.
Yeah.
The challenge with the belt you've got,
Might not feel it.
you might not
Yeah.
quite feel it as much, but
Okay.
it's it makes sense. Just need to then tap a little bit harder,
Yeah.
or just double check with the athlete where
Yeah. If they're okay with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
because it makes more sense to just get a tap directly onto
Yeah.
the skin,
Yeah.
so you really feel it and you're
Yeah.
ready to go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We did have an athlete at Free Nations comp where I was tapping on the belt,
Yeah.
and she thought I tapped her at the very beginning, so she went straight away,
Yeah.
and I was still on my way
Oh.
to
Okay.
tap her, and then she was adamant that I did, and I was like, look, that's a no rep. I stood by it,
Yeah.
and then you got a video from the side showing that my hand is still on the way,
Yeah.
where before she and then she
Okay.
pulled prior to me tapping,
Yeah.
and I was like, well, sometimes you gotta stick to your guns.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the challenge. If you're tapping someone on the belt,
Yeah.
they might think
think-
that you've tapped them.
Yeah. But it might not. Might just be that.
So
Yeah.
I'll try and make
Yeah.
it evident that there is transference of force.
Okay. Cool. Right.
So that position. Yeah. So
Yeah, plates would be the better. But
So much better,
it is,
wouldn't they?
yeah, but anyway, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So you can't put one leg out either, can you? Like easily, but
You could, but then you have to match the other leg. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the weight has to go with you, and one leg stays on the box. Because otherwise, if you don't, then you end up might swing, and obviously we want the athlete static before they execute. Good.
oh, hang on a minute. Sorry, I feel my arm should be a bit wider. That felt a bit narrow for me.
Okay.
So, alright, try again.
That was okay. That was okay. So yeah, see that's the thing. Like we are not even at the comp yet,
Yeah.
and we're already going. Ooh, that could have been better.
Yeah,
So yeah, just make sure you always set up the way you would want it to be set up. Try to ignore the pressure. Like you need your set to be the best you can.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure that if the box is too low for you,
yeah,
or it's not in the right place, or it's wobbly or anything like that, and it's
Yeah.
on your mind,
Yeah.
you ask the spotters or the judge. You
Yeah.
literally say, look, like I need this to be able to perform
Yeah.
at my best. And I would always try and make adaptations for the athlete to give them the chance to do their best. You
Yeah.
know, at the end of the day, the competing is all for the athletes. It's not for the
Yeah.
judge. I mean, yeah, audience might enjoy it, but realistically, just like with powerlifting, people that go watch powerlifting is normally people who are in the sport that are
Yeah.
competing on a day, or
Yeah.
their closest family, girlfriends, boyfriends, you know. So realistically, it is all about the athletes and not much else.
yeah,
There is obviously elements of like calisthenics being really impressive, but you can only showcase that if you make really complex formats like tag teams, duos against two other teams, strength endurance, but mixed with like statics. That really pops, and that generally captivates the audience.
yeah,
But in the standard world format,
yeah.
not really that catered to spectators. But again, I might be able to do something about that as well.
Okay.
We'll see.
Right. So go again, slightly wider.
Yep, match one foot. Then match the other. That's it, perfect. Good. Good. One, two, three. Good. One, two, three. Grind it. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Grind it, grind it, grind it. Good, rest up. Okay, let's have a look at that if the last one was a chin.
Yeah.
Good work.
If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a like. The algorithm will absolutely love it, and it will help promote the video to a wider audience. If you haven't already subscribed, this will be a great time to do so. And don't forget to hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one.